Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are having a good day today. Happy Monday, and thank you for coming back. I appreciate you greatly. So, last episode, we finished moving everything into our starter home, finishing off with this basement here with our furnaces, the dripstone, and of course, our infinite water source here. So, the plan for today is to get onto that mineshaft build and bridge as well. So, first order of business is going to be tearing down part of this hill. So let's go ahead and do that. And about 3 spoons and 2 pickaxes later, I think it's time to move to a creative testing world and start planning this thing. So I'm not sure if this is going to be the final kind of size of this whole clearing. Maybe I'll make it bigger, maybe I'll make it smaller, unsure, but regardless, let's head on over to a creative testing world and figure this out. And here we are. So this is my creative testing world. So as you can see, I have the kind of boundaries of the area marked out. So it's a 21 by 21 space, and at the back corner there, that's 8 blocks tall. So that's what I have to work with. And after a brief bit of terraforming, this is kind of what I've come up with for the walls. Obviously, this is not going to be the final design. I'm not going to translate this block for block into the actual survival, but this is kind of the general shape that I'll be going for. And yeah, so now we can actually work on the entrance itself. So the first thing is kind of thematically, this would need to feel like a place where, people are coming here, they're going to get geared up maybe before heading down into the mine. So I feel like I should have a little bit of an area maybe right along this wall where I can have a bit of an overhang and maybe some tables or something, just somewhere where people can put down their stuff as they are getting geared up. So maybe if I do something like that, it would look nice. It feels a little too steep for me. I maybe want to edit that, so if I do, that looks a little better, but still not quite there. Maybe this? Kind of like it. Ooh, you know what? That might actually look a little better. Maybe if I use dark oak. It just feels a little unsupported is my biggest issue, I guess. I think dark oak is a little too saturated. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Maybe if I used some type of wall instead. I don't know. Like I like the look of the cobblestone walls. But when I put it next to the stone over here, it doesn't really look quite right. Then again, stone bricks don't really either, because it's just too similar to the wall behind it. It kind of blends in. So I could try deep slate walls, but then again, then it blends in with the roof. Maybe blackstone. That's too dark, I think. And it has a little bit of like a, I don't know what that is, maybe purple in there. And I don't really want to include purple here. I don't think it really looks nice. I think I might stick with the cobblestone. But if I throw in some mossy cobblestone, maybe that'll kind of help break it up. A little bit. Sorta. Actually, that might make it worse. Okay, that might make it worse. Maybe I'll just end up sticking with the fences. But then again, if I do walls, then I get this cool effect. Alternatively, if I do walls on one side, fences on the other side, it kind of gives an arcing motion here. Okay, actually that kind of looks unsupported. Think about it. Looks like it's breaking. So maybe I'll just stick with fences. Yeah, I think that's probably the best option. And in here, I want to put a little bit of a table and maybe a couple barrels. And I don't want to go overboard with the wood, but I feel like a wood table kind of fits the best. So I could maybe bring in the dark oak. Potentially I'll bring in spruce, but I might stay away from that since spruce is the same color as barrels. So it would look a little too similar, I think. But if I do that, it definitely needs to come out another one like this, but maybe like that. But now it feels a little out of place, like it just kind of feels like a table that's just been plopped down, you know? But I don't know, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe if I were to do this, that looks like interior design. So maybe if I just do something like that, you know, I could plop a lantern here, maybe put like 2 barrels. Yeah, it kind of works. I think it'll make more sense once I actually get a real like floor in place. And for the actual like entrance itself, I want to keep it dark, but you know, I could use spruce, but the thing with spruce is that the spruce log texture, it's very, I'm not going to say vibrant, but compared to dark oak, you know, dark oak is definitely more dull looking. I feel like for the entrance to a mine, it's not really going to be well maintained. So I feel like I would prefer dark oak here over spruce to kind of make it look a little more run down. So I think probably if I line it up with this, I want there to be maybe 2 blocks of a gap. And so if I were to put the door here, I feel like this could work. It's maybe getting a little bit too tall. Yeah, I feel like that's working. I almost want it to be 1 block taller though. Yeah, that works, but it is getting a little bit too tall given the mountain, so I might have to, or given the hill. So I might have to actually expand the hill a little bit, maybe make it 1 block taller. Yeah, so if I do that, it definitely looks a lot more to scale. So I'll have to keep that in mind to make it 1 block taller once I actually go back into the survival world. And I think for the door, I'm just going to use kind of trapdoors like this. If I do something like that. Yeah, I feel like that works. It's pretty basic, but I feel like it works. Okay, so this is looking a little bit more realistic now with the stone here at the base. So I think where I want to start with the decorations is I feel like I want like piles of stone or like ore over here maybe. So maybe if I grab some, I feel like granite might look good. Yeah, there we go. Piles of rocks. So now for the kind of floor here. So obviously there's going to be a path that kind of comes up this way. So this is what I kind of have picked out for, I guess, the gradient that I'm going to use from that back corner as I get out to here. So, oh, there we go. So I kind of want to start off with this kind of smoother, you know, stone here. And then as it gets kind of farther out, it's maybe more walked on, you know, maybe more things get dropped there. It's more exposed to the weather, the elements. So it'll kind of get, you know, more like a weathered look, kind of broken down. And eventually more to kind of dirt and grass. And then there'll be the path block as well. So I don't love this transition here from the gravel to the coarse dirt. Kind of wish there was a smoother block that could get me from this gray to this kind of dark brown. But as of now, I don't know of any. So we're just gonna have to go with this. I think it'll be okay. And after quite a bit of fiddling around with this design, I think this is approximately the look that I want to go for the entrance to the mine. Maybe, you know, once I get Silk Touch, I could put a couple of piles over there of some of the ores, maybe put some in the middle as well, kind of just stacking out this way where all this kind of untouched stone is. But other than that, I think this is about what I want to go for. I'll probably have to do a little bit of editing if I remember correctly, or not editing, but a little bit of terraforming if I remember correctly, because I believe the kind of tunnel from the forest comes out right around here. So I'll probably have to terraform the tunnel a bit and make a bit of a slanted bridge that kind of comes out to end about here. And I'll probably have to do some terraforming of the river as well, so that this path will actually fit. Because if I remember correctly, the river kind of comes out around here and then kind of cuts in probably about here and goes through. So I think I'll probably have to build the river out a little bit to make way for the path. But other than that, this should be ready to go onto the server. So let's go ahead and do that. And I went ahead and did that. So as you guys can see, all of the structures are built. And I've gone ahead and marked out sort of the pathways that I want to make with the gravel, andesite, and cobblestone, as well as the kind of path blocks and dirt that I want to do this way to go over towards the farm area. So the first thing that you guys will probably notice is right here, this path that I made here is actually kind of more concave rather than in the model I made in the creative test world that was more convex. And the reason for that is because right here, I actually want to make this sort of like a ford in the river where people can kind of come and, you know, it's a little bit shallower and the current isn't going to be as strong, so it's safer for people to gather and maybe, you know, collect water or something. Maybe I can put some barrels and sort of make them like water barrels. And because of that, I actually am probably going to make the river kind of come out and then bend in that way so that this area right here can be really wide and flat. So I decided to shape the path in order to kind of make it more like that. And now that the paths are done, don't mind that gravel over there. That's just there to prevent the grass from spreading, because I don't want grass to kind of get all the way over to this part. So that gravel, ignore it for now. I'll figure out a better solution at some point in the future, probably once I put in the whole water gathering area. But now that we have these paths done, I reckon we do a little bit of strip mining, see how far these picks can get us. Hopefully, we'll get some diamonds. And now that I'm at the end of my mining trip, I've run out of torches. This is the haul. It's not great, I won't lie, but we did get 14 diamonds, so that's at least something. Fortune 3 really carried me through that. But what I want to do next is actually head over to the villager area, and they don't have like a shop set up or anything, but I do definitely want mending, because repairing these every single time by just making a new pickaxe is not the greatest. And also, now that we have diamonds, I think I do want to make myself at least a diamond pick, and I'll definitely want mending on that so that I don't have to keep spending diamonds just to fix it. So let's head over and grab ourselves a couple of mending books. Okay, and here we are. If you wouldn't mind just, you know, staying there, please. Thank you. Don't walk away. I'm watching you. Don't do it. Okay, so I don't know if they have a backlog of books anywhere. It looks like maybe no. Maybe I'll check upstairs since the librarians are up there. Wow, this many entities. Not doing wonders for my computer. Okay, okay, yeah, so it looks like this guy might be their mending guy. No. Is there anything in any other? Okay, a lot of smite. Okay, so it looks like I might have to do some trading of my own. But that's okay, because I do know that they have this crazy efficient farm over here. I'll just steal a little. I'm sure they won't mind. Okay, and a little bit of trading. I don't know how many mending books this is going to get me. I need books. That's right. So if I do this. There we go. I just need 3. Okay. Good. And I'm not sure where to put... Oh gosh, it's dark. No. Absolutely not. Goodbye. So I'm not sure where to put where to put the diamonds. So I'm just gonna make myself a barrel and I'll put them in there. Just leave it right here. Put these, yeah, just like that, and assign. I needed 3 mending books. Here's payment. Nice. Okay, so yeah, so 2 diamonds a book. I think That is definitely fair. I'm not sure how much they would charge if they were to put up a shop, but 2 diamonds a book definitely seems like potentially a fair price. And then just the extra diamonds that I had laying around. So nice. Let's go get these enchanted. So I did a thing, and well, we had a spoon. Now we have a classy spoon. We've got a nice toothpick, and we've got the axe axis. I like to pretend like I'm funny. Okay, moving swiftly on from that. Obviously, those enchantments are not perfect. There are definitely some things that I would have liked to have in addition to what was currently on there, but it's okay. They'll get better later. Doesn't matter. So next up, what I need to do is this little tunnel right here. Yeah, I need that to be right here instead. So first up, I'm going to dig this area out here, kind of make a tunnel similar to this, and then I'm going to have to fill this back in so we don't have 2 tunnels going on. Because I want just one tunnel that's centered right around these lily pads slash kind of centered around these 2 blocks here. Yep, and here we have a perfect little tunnel that just looks amazing and honestly could not be improved upon in the slightest. Yeah, no, actually, so what happened was, so I came out the top and it's right around here, and something I didn't think about was the fact that if I take this tunnel and I move it like 5 blocks this way, that puts me really close to this house. And so now if I were to exit here, it's kind of, it'd be a little bit weird forming this path and having it kind of come out here and take kind of a sharp corner out this way. Not to mention, it's just kind of a little bit close to this house. So what I liked about here is I came out and it's a little bit shielded. So you see we have this tree and we have this kind of grass that comes down here. And so it kind of shields your view from this house. And so you kind of get this effect as you're coming out where you slowly see more and more of the house as you're going. And I really like that effect, but coming out here, there isn't really room to do that, you know? I could put, of course I could put like a tree here or something, but it's a little bit cramped. So instead, what I think I want to do is keep this entrance here, but then angle the tunnel so that it kind of comes through this way and then ends up actually exiting here, which is now done. Okay, not done, but partially done. So I've got a little sampling of the floor kind of set up here up until this point. So as you can see, it's just kind of what I'm going for is a really kind of worn out look. So I definitely want to make it kind of look like, yeah, you know, this has been walked through. It's kind of in, you know, like a little bit of a damp area maybe, you know, it's going to be damp, it's going to be dark, so of course moss is going to be growing. But before I go any further, I actually want to get this bridge in. So I don't know exactly what the bridge is going to look like yet, I don't have a plan, and I don't know how it's going to connect up to this tunnel. So I don't want to do any more of the floor here because I just simply don't know what the bridge looks like. So, real quick, let's get that bridge in, and then I can finish up this tunnel. Apparently, I really like spruce wood, because yet again, my plan for this bridge is to use spruce wood, and I want to make kind of an slightly arched bridge right here that goes over. Scratch that actually, because I decided I wanted to test out the use of campfires there as the base of this, and I actually think it looks really nice, so I think I'm going to keep it and move on and finish that little tunnel area. This is looking so much better. I'm starting to really like this. There is one thing that I want to do though. I guess 2 things actually. First off, I don't know if you guys have noticed yet, but there are slight differences here between this block and this block. So what it is actually this is coarse dirt and this is regular dirt. I want to add more coarse dirt throughout the kind of ceiling here because it's just a very subtle change that just makes it not so monotonous. Number 2, I need to get some rooted dirt. And while coarse dirt is easy to get, rooted dirt, not so much. Because you see, in order to get rooted dirt, You have to grow an azalea, and for each azalea you grow, you get one single rooted dirt, which means every time that I want one block of rooted dirt, I have to get an azalea bush, and then I have to grow that azalea bush, and then I get one rooted dirt. Ugh, and azalea trees are so annoying to have to break down. They grow with logs all over the place, not just in a straight line, so I have to break all these leaves out because the leaves will not decay as long as there's a log there. So this is my life now, trying to break a tree down. But, you know, it's worth it in the end because rooted dirt, I mean, for one, it looks nice, but two, when I bone meal it, I get roots. And then I can have little roots hanging down. And I think that looks really nice. And my vines are starting to get a little out of control, so I think it's time to bring in the big guns. Hopefully, okay, that's kind of visible. Dang it, I was hoping that it wouldn't really be visible. Well, that's unfortunate. I think we'll just have to go with it. Or maybe I just take out the vines. Yeah, it's kind of really visible, especially this one. So I think I will make the executive decision to just remove these vines. Put some string here. It's not super visible. Okay, these vines are getting crazy too. It's only a little bit visible. I think it's okay. Yeah. These ones though, I can't really put string here. Potentially I can take some lichen and use that. I think that'll work. And I'll keep an eye on it. Hopefully these don't grow super out of control. I don't think they will, or at least not super out of control. But we'll see. But regardless, I think that this tunnel and this bridge can be called done. It's not perfect. Maybe I'll tweak things here or there a little bit, but I think this looks nice. So I think we're okay to call this whole project finished for now. However, that is actually all I have time for today. So, as always, thank y'all so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. See ya.